Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. The book I'm sharing with you today has been on the US bestseller list for 17 consecutive years. It has been translated into over 50 languages and sold over 5 million copies worldwide. This book is The Power of Now. The author of this book is the German writer Eckhart Tolle. At the age of 29, Tolle went through a major turning point in his life. Previously depressed and despondent, he found hope again after a moment of awakening. He developed this awakening experience into a theoretical system that has helped countless people find the power of living in the present moment. Today, I will explore the core ideas of this book with you and hope it can provide some inspiration for our lives. The main content includes 3 parts. First, why do we suffer? Let's first look at where Tolle believes human suffering comes from. Tolle argues that the fundamental reason people suffer is thinking itself. This may seem a bit surprising, but Tolle's point is that human thinking should not be the source of suffering in the first place. The problem lies in the compulsive thinking in our brains. What is compulsive thinking? Simply put, it refers to when our thinking operates uncontrollably even when we do not need to think. For example, when you are trying to fall asleep, all kinds of random thoughts suddenly pop up in your head. You recall the trivial matters that happened during the day, people and things from the past, books and shows you recently viewed. One moment your mind is on work, the next it has drifted to love and family. With this going on, it is obviously very difficult to fall asleep. Another example is when you are working and need to concentrate intensely. Suddenly, your thinking deviates. You think back on last month's unsatisfactory sales figures, then about the employee birthday party coming up next month. By the time you snap out of it, you've been sitting in your chair for over 10 minutes without doing any substantial work. As you can see, compulsive thinking not only greatly affects our work efficiency, it also prevents us from falling asleep peacefully. It keeps buzzing incessantly, making it impossible for us to quiet down. Moreover, compulsive thinking always pulls us back to the past or pushes us endlessly into the future. Our minds find it very difficult to just dwell in the present moment. Therefore, compulsive thinking prevents us from living in the now. Tolle believes this unrealistic way of thinking weaves an ego, a false sense of self. This ego is immersed in past memories and relies on imagined futures to exist. So it rejects accepting the present reality, trapping us between the past and the future, unable to live in the now. The existence of the ego also leads us to accumulate huge amounts of negative emotions in our hearts. Tolle calls this the pain body. These pains buried deep in our hearts can erupt when we face setbacks, leading to various negative consequences. Therefore, the frequent suffering of human beings is fundamentally caused by the loss of control over our thinking, which generates the ego and the pain body. Second, why can living in the now end suffering? Since the root of the problem lies in thinking, the solution becomes apparent. We need to live in the now. What does living in the now mean? Simply put, it means stopping escaping from reality and instead choosing to accept the present moment. For example, when you encounter unsatisfactory things or results, the first thing you should do is accept this fact. Don't complain, "Why is this happening?" Don't avoid, "I don't want to face this." Instead, based on your current situation, think of ways to take action. It's like when you fall into a swamp. The first thing you should do is not wait for death, or struggle which only pulls you in deeper. Rather, admit that you have indeed fallen into the swamp. This is your current situation. Then look around to see if there are any branches or leaves you can use to pull yourself out. Living in the now means not being shackled by the past or disturbed by an uncertain future. Your attention is focused on the present so that the ego and pain body have nowhere to hide. Tolle believes that almost all suffering can be released by living in the now. This not only helps individuals but can also resolve problems in relationships. Because when two people return to the consciousness of the present moment, they can truly understand each other and themselves, and rediscover the feeling they had when they first met and fell in love. Otherwise, the ego will lead to jealousy, suspicion and deterioration of the relationship. Therefore, living in the now is the cure-all for various pains in life. Third, how do we live in the now? Let's look at the two simple and practical methods Tolle provides to help us live in the now. Method 1. Observe your thinking with consciousness. Tolle believes consciousness and thinking are two different concepts. Thinking is the concrete process of logical reasoning, while consciousness is the deeper ruler behind thinking. We can try using our consciousness to observe our own thinking process. When you find your thoughts drifting to the past and future, immediately use your consciousness to pull them back to the present moment. This allows consciousness to lead thinking, rather than be controlled by it. Method 2. Focus on the present sensation. When you do some daily routines like going up and down stairs, washing hands and eating, you can devote your entire attention to sensing each of your own physical actions and feelings, instead of letting your thoughts drift away aimlessly. This can also anchor your consciousness in the present moment. By repeatedly practicing these two methods, we can become more focused and better able to control our own thinking. We will also derive a profound sense of serenity and joy. Tolle's theories explain the root of human suffering for us and also provide effective methods to regain control of our lives. I hope these ideas can bring a little help to everyone's life and work. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends.